5 Unsolved American Mysteries. 1. The Port Chatham Incidents. Port Chatham is a ghost town in Alaska. It was first inhabited in 1787, and the town got its first post office in the 1920s. Around the same time the post office started operating, rumors began circulating that an evil creature was haunting a nearby mining camp. Those who witnessed the creature's destruction believed it walked on 2 feet, so it couldn't have been a bear or wolf. Some thought it was a bipedal creature like a Yeti or Sasquatch. Various mutilated bodies that started turning up in lagoons, rivers, and along trails made people leave Port Chatham. People in Port Chatham began to go missing for no apparent reason. Many years later, hunters returned to the area only to find 18-inch-long footprints resembling that of humans. In 1973, 3 hunters reported being stalked by a creature walking on 2 feet while they sheltered from a storm. To this day, no one knows what the creature is that scared the daylights out of Port Chatham residents. 2. The Route 29 Stalker. In Virginia, things took a creepy turn between 2009 and 2014 with the disappearance of 5 young women along Route 29. Altogether, 9 murders and disappearances happened along this route, with only 3 cases solved thus far. Some police officers and investigators believe the stalker may have been serial killer Richard Mark Evanitz, who was active in the area around the same time the victims disappeared. In 2023, one of the victims' family urged police to re-examine the case after they noted that a police sketch of the Route 29 stalker bore a startling resemblance to the Gilgo Beach murder suspect Rex Heuermann. But as of 2024, there is simply not enough evidence to prove any of this, and the killer remains unidentified. 3. The Mystery of the White Bird Biplane. In 1927, Charles Nungesser and Françoise Colli attempted to win the Orteil Prize, which totaled $25,000, by being the first aviators to fly a plane non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean. They aimed to cross between Europe and North America and set off in their biplane called White Bird, or L'Oiseau Blanc, from an airport just outside of Paris. The plan was to land in New York Harbor near the Statue of Liberty on May 9th. Sadly, the plane went away somewhere over the ocean, and Nungesser and Colli never arrived at their destination. Many theories about the aviator's disappearance have been formulated, including that of the late Arthur Dolan of Princeton in Washington County. He was convinced the pilots crashed when they attempted an emergency landing on Medibemps Lake, but up to date, no one has found the debris of the White Bird plane, and it still remains a mystery. 4. The Shaman's Portal in Beaver Dunes Park. The Sooner State's Beaver Dunes Park is popular with tourists and locals, but some refuse to set foot here because they fear they may encounter some of the strange things that happen in the place known as Oklahoma's Bermuda Triangle. Several people have gone missing here over the years, starting in the 1500s, when men traveling with Francisco Coronado disappeared from the dunes. It is said that at the time of their disappearance, green lightning flashes were visible over the dunes. These disappearances and the consequent ones led to a general belief that a shaman's portal exists in the dunes. Some believe that the dunes were once the site of a UFO crash and that the sand hides the wreckage of the spacecraft. There are even reports of men dressed in military gear digging in the sand in the middle of the night. What happened to Coronado's fellow travelers all those years ago? Did a portal really suck them in? Did it have something to do with the green lightning flashes? All of these remains mysteries still today. 5. The disappearance of Cindy Anderson. 20-year-old Cindy Anderson was having a tough time in 1980. She kept having violent nightmares and soon became scared that they may be premonitions of something terrible to come. One of her most vivid nightmares involved opening the door to a man she recognizes. The man starts chasing her, and she runs but does not escape. Her fears came true in August 1981. This was mainly because a written message appeared on the wall before her office window saying, "I love you, Cindy." The writing was removed a few months later, but the message reappeared weeks later. Even worse, someone began calling and harassing her at the office. Cindy's employers installed a buzzer at her desk, which would alert a nearby employees if she experienced an emergency. Cindy worked alone in the office again. She was seen for the last time around 9:45 a.m. when her employers arrived at noon. She was gone. Shortly after Cindy's disappearance, a woman called the local police station and told them Cindy was alive and being held in the basement of a white house. The woman refused to say where the house was, and the police could never find it. Decades later, the police are no closer to solving the mystery. What was the most shocking mystery?